What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the video. Okay, there is a massive update that I want to run through, just make a video on. I'm loving the content on Lost Relics. I just find that we need a few more content creators. I'm super passionate about the game, as I'm sure you are because you clicked on this video. So I just want to run through some of the key points. So let's get into it without wasting too much time. Massive news from Cliff. Okay, all of us have been anticipating the blockchain Emporium as a really cool way to move items around. Unfortunately, that has been delayed. Okay, it is not the end of the world. I know how excited we have been to actually get this blockchain Emporium, but there is some sweet cherries on top to help us forget about it. So, massive news. There are changes to mobs, mini bosses. It looks like a combat mechanic. There's also a loading screen change, as well as a couple other things. So I'm going to run through that. Big thing to look out for is he's introducing 30 new mobs across the board, which is going to be insane. I'm not sure how they're going to be split up. In the article over here, he touches on Odin Sands had placeholder monsters. So I believe a lot of, if not all, of the monsters or creeps or whatever you want to call them in Sands are going to change. I don't know if it's going to be harder or easier than what it is, or if it's going to change it to be more of a melee or ranged map. I know there is a big nerf on bows on that map, so I'm hoping it's a bit more melee oriented, but that's huge. Okay, then there's going to be mini bosses and final bosses. Now, in order to implement that, he had to change the combat mechanics, which I think is incredible. I would love to see more beefy combat mechanics. Previously, he has touched that the current combat system is more of a placeholder, so it's just so we have a working game that we can run through. I think a lot of what's going to happen in the future is going to be more optimizations, a little better, more fluid. I'd love to see a combo attack going on, so if you put multiple right clicks or left clicks, he does a little bit of a swang, combo. I think that'll be really sick, but that's going to come. Then a lot of improvements. The adventure screen, it looks incredible. So it now lists the monsters that we're going to face in each adventure, as well as the resources. Another thing I noticed, and I'm sure you will have too, seeing as it's up on the screen, the Isle of Arl Endeth. No idea how to pronounce that, and probably neither do you. But that is the new beach map that has been whispered about, that has been spoken about, which I think is going to be mental. I have been waiting for this map. I have been preparing for this map. It's going to be excellent. This is the speculation part, okay? So take it with a pinch of salt, but I think it's true. So we have chambers being greens, that's the limit. We have pits being blues. Then we have Ashwoods, which is the only purple limit map. Then we have Shadow Swamps and Trailwoods being legendary, and then so on and so forth. I believe the Isle will be epic rarity, seeing as then we will have 2 epics, 2 legendaries, but I'm hoping it'll be up to at least legendary. So I place it between epic and legendary. It's 3 swords. And it's a new map for members only. So if you have a pendant, you can access it. If you don't, wop wop. Yes. Now, what you want to prepare for this map, seeing as it is a beach map, you can see the little beach sand. There are certain things in fishing that either do not drop yet or have dropped previously but stopped. Now, let's run through what you want to prepare in the meantime, okay? So there is a sunken treasure trove at level 40 fishing that previously there's been one in the game through a raffle. Someone opened it and got a legendary axe, the tool, legendary axe tool thing. I have great English, you should stick around for that. Now, that's a level 40 fishing reward. It is worth leveling your fishing. There's also the brim pearl that is found with a crude fishing net. So if you level your fishing to level 40 and you start using the crude net, you can get all of the new drops and a chance for this blockchain. You'll notice that some of it has been found, but that's because it dropped previously and then was halted. As for updates, 2 more things that are worth looking at to level up is your wood cutting, because the Malfidich coconuts have not been dropped in game before, at least to my knowledge, but they're not available now. It makes sense for there to be coconut trees or whatever trees, yeah. It makes sense for there to be coconut trees on the beach map, so then we'll be able to get the Mulfidage coconuts. So I'm thinking that there will be fishing, wood cutting, and potentially scavenging on the beach map. Now, another thing to bear in mind is the Archaea nebulites, or the different kinds of nebulites. So if you have a look at here, there's all these different BC resources that are yet to come in the game. That, from the description, makes it look like it is for mining. So it's worth leveling up your mining, getting your fishing leveled up, getting your woodcutting to a substantial level, and then preparing really well for the update. A new thing I didn't touch on is the new weapons that are going to come out in the update. It is going to be insane. Now, the reason why it's going to be insane is because the item pool has been depleted for all of the rares, epics, and legendary weapons. But with the new update, we're getting new rares, legendary, epics. There's been new mythicals and trance items in the bounty pool. It's going to be insane. So when this new items drop, there are 3 different blue weapons. There is the Fireflight Falcon. There are 5,000 to be found. There's the Scorpion Stinger. I believe all of these have effects. 10% damage on the last Stampeder. Yeah, and then we have the epics, which is going to be insane. 5% chance to block attack. That's a one-handed. We have a two-handed. Then legendary weapons. We've got the Trouble Hawk. Yeah, I know how to pronounce that. Then there is the Iron Fang, which has 5% damage and attack speed, and it's a one-handed. I am definitely hunting for this one. And then the Black Death. It looks like it's going to carry some weight to it. Lots of things on the way. It's super exciting. I hope you guys are excited as I am. So let me know your thoughts and your feedback, and then if it's something worth noting, I can make another video and then we can chat about it. So thank you for tuning in. I hope to make more like this in the future. I will see you soon. I have been Lucifer. Enjoy.